What's up, guys? Welcome back to Beta Girl RC. Appreciate you tuning back in. I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited for this one. So, I've had my Bambu Labs A1 and Bambu Labs A1 Mini for just over a year now. I got the A1 for Black Friday last year, and I got this one on the New Year's deal, or sale they had. This year, I've gotten pretty used to printing PETG, PLA carbon fiber with the open printers. But I'm now at the point I wanted an enclosed printer. I wanted something I could print ABS on and other harder to print materials. So, Bambu Labs dropped the P2S. Now I really want the H2S because it's a bigger printer, bigger to print space and everything. But I just couldn't bring myself yet to spend that much money on a printer. Or the H2C, that one I really like, but yeah, that's a bit out of my price range at this point. But then the P2S got released. I almost ordered, they had a great sale for Black Friday for the P1S. But after doing a lot of reviews and checking, this thing is so much better. Now this does come with the AMS2 system, and it's a fully enclosed printer, so you can do ABS and all the other, there are tons of filaments that you have to have a heated enclosed printer for. This is the one. So build plate area is the same as an A1, but it's an enclosed printer. It's supposed to print a lot faster. I like the AMS2. It's supposed to be pretty much the better of all the AMS systems that Bambu has. So go ahead and get the thing out of the box and we'll start putting it together. So get rid of it like this. The heck? At least that's unboxed. Still weird. Okay. So there it is, guys. So I haven't done anything else really. Just got all the bag, got out of the box, got the wrapper off, got all the tape off. So you have two glass panels. You have the front glass panel, upper glass panel. So some filaments you print with when you're printing, they got to be at a certain temperature. So you can actually crack some of the glass panels, like a door. You can crack it open enough, keep a little bit of cooler air going into it. Nice thing is, it's all enclosed pretty much. Your AMS will go up top here. This is where your screen's going to attach. So the AMS2, when you order this, your AMS2 comes inside. It's going to be bolted in. So you unbolt it. Gotta be careful with the glass panels. Set this here. And your AMS is going to come right on the top. Another thing with Bambu is they do a lot of foam. Everything's really well protected. So you really don't have to worry too much. Now things do happen in shipping. Obviously that's always going to be a thing. Sadly, sometimes the glass panels show up broken. Handles can show up broken, but we all know how shipping can be. The postal people, FedEx, UPS, Postal Service, we can all be honest. Sometimes they're not the nicest with our package. Any of our packages sometimes. We've all seen the video of, FedEx chucking a package across somebody's yard. So, sure I got everything out of here. So this box has your computer screen, your control manual, the box that goes up there, your power cord, the AMS cord for the AMS light, or the AMS2, sorry, not the light. Looks like more PTF tubes, or PTEF, I forget what these things are called. The tubes that your filament runs through. And it comes with the single spool. So if you're not getting the AMS2, you'll get this. This just snaps onto the back here of the printer, and this lets you run one spool of filament instead of 4 that you can put in the AMS. Now, if I remember right, I watched a bunch of reviews on this thing. If I remember right, some of the older printers, you cannot do AMS and the single spool. From what I hear, this one you can. So you can technically run 5 spools of filament, but typically, really, the single spool is only for filaments that can't go through the AMS, which there are some. So, that piece of foam is in there, pretty good. Woo! And now, of course, the next thing is there's a lot of zip ties and little bolts that got to come out of the thing. So I'm going to skip that. I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me take 5 zip ties or however many. There's tons of bolts in here. I can make you watch that. So we're going to skip ahead. Alright, so I got the 2 screws out of the bottom here. So the AMS should... Oh. There's a lot of foam in here. So this should, yep, lift right out. And there's the AMS2 Pro, which once we're done, we'll sit up here. I'll put that down there for now. And they give you a full instruction manual. Now you can pull up, there's a thing somewhere. You can either do this on your phone, they got the thing you scan and it'll go through, or you got they give you the full book of what to remove, what to do, so you don't mess anything up while you're doing any of this. So now is basically just removing screws and foams and trying to get everything into place, so we're going to skip to that now. Alright, well, I've got it all unboxed. AMS2 Pro is up here on the top. It's now going to do a full calibration. You got to calibrate every printer you get. So that's what it's doing right now. So there's a couple things we'll have to figure out. Like, when it goes to the back of the printer, there's this little thing that clicks down, and then when it comes forward, it makes this really loud click noise. But I can tell it's doing mechanical. It's supposed to. I don't know what it's for, though. I don't know if it's like a sensor that tells it what it's doing. So, all in all, it's going to do its full testing, which takes typically, I think, 15 minutes. So, I'm going to let it go, let it do its thing, and then we're going to throw some filament up in here and print something. Now, I'm going to do a small test first, just let the printer figure its stuff out, let it do what it's going to do. And then I've got some ABS glass fiber. I'm going to try to print out an SCX24 body. We're going to see. But all in all, it looks really good. I can't wait to try this out, really see how the AMS2 really does, see how the printer does doing an enclosed printer. I can't wait to try ABS. Really been wanting to try ABS to do bodies, RC bodies. So pretty much your hard body that you buy from like RC Full Drive or most companies that do hard bodies, they're going to be ABS. So it's going to be cool to actually print ABS. And from what I hear, ABS glass fiber really smooths out, so you really don't get any build lines. So that's going to be sweet. So I cannot wait to try that. So let's let this finish, and then I'm going to throw in some filament, start it printing, and we'll come back to that. So one other thing, guys. If you haven't bought a Bambu lattice before, if you're looking at getting one, maybe if you already have one, you just haven't thought about doing this. So they send you with every printer, they give you a little toolkit. Comes with your Allen wrenches, a nozzle cleaner. They normally give you like an extra heat shield, silicone heat shield. They give you extra screws and some blades for a scraper, which is for, you can print out the handle. They give you the blade and screws for it, but that's the handle that comes out like. So they send us in a cardboard box, which is perfectly fine if you want to keep it that way, but I do recommend printing out an actual toolbox. There's tons of these types of toolboxes all over Maker World, which is Bambu Labs, 3D printer software and all that. I highly recommend getting one of these, printing out one of these. A lot of them come, you don't need any extra screws or anything. This one I printed out, you need some screws, but if you're an RC person, you probably have a ton of extra screws laying around. You can print out one that holds your nozzles, and then I have another toolbox that has the actual tools in it. Now this one, you actually print out the pins that hold everything together. There's no extra hardware for this. That's one thing I do recommend if you decide to get a Bambu Labs or any 3D printer really. Print out the tool holder. You got the thing to print stuff, print out the holder for the tools. Because yes, this is fine, this works great, the cardboard box is nice, but it's a cardboard box. If you don't have a desk and your tools just laying out everywhere, you're going to want something better than a cardboard box. So, that is a recommendation I do highly recommend to be one of your first prints. The another first print you should make for a printer is, oh, we're already up to 99%, and it just finished. Perfect. Awesome. That went a lot quicker. It was telling me like 2.5 hours. But I do have good internet here and good Wi-Fi, so that went really quick. A poop chute or a poop bucket for your printer, filament printers, make a lot of waste. Now they do have the new printers like the H2C, I think it's the new one, where it changes nozzles for each color. That saves a lot on your filament poop. But most of these printers, they make a lot. So you're gonna want to have something to collect it, or it's just gonna go everywhere. So I recommend for your first prints with a printer, poop bucket, and a tool box for all your tools. There's other little gadgets here and there you can print out, little helpful things for your printer. There's a lot of stuff you can print that are already on the printer itself that help out in the long run. So just go through, find stuff that people recommend. There's tons of videos of people recommending, hey, you should print this out first, this out first. So, but I have now 3 printers, and this is mainly going to be my staple for doing ABS and all the hard to print stuff that has to be enclosed. I'll do my PLA and some of my PET-G on the other 2 printers, and then maybe down the line I'll break down and get the big H2S, H2C, whichever one I decide. That's going to be a while, because that's like a $1,800 to $2,000 printer purchase, if not more. So, let me go ahead and get a print going on this with ABS, and we'll come back once that is finished. Alright, we're back, and so printer's done. Right now I've got it doing a drying, so it's drying the filament up in the AMS2. That's a new thing with the AMS2 Pro, and dry filament. Awesome, love that. So, really not do its thing. So here is the ABS glass fiber SCX24 body I printed out. So this took 17 hours. This was in 0.4 nozzle with 0.8 layer height. Jeez. So it came out really good. I really didn't mess with the settings. I wanted to see what it's going to do out of the box. There are some layer lines, but all in all, it's really good. So print it up and down, which typically you're going to get, you see where right here kind of didn't adhere too well. I should, if I do to print this again, I'll put bigger supports here. That way it'll hold that up better. I haven't cleaned anything up. I just took the supports off. There's the bed. So I think the filament does need a little drying. I only dried it for about 4 hours. Once it got here yesterday, it got delivered. Who knows how long it was sitting in a warehouse, whatever. But it did. Yeah, I get a little icky there. You can see it. But all in all, for my first print with an ABS printer, or 3D printer with ABS filament. I'm really liking how this turned out. I'm now seeing how this turned out. I'm going to dry the filament for a lot longer. There's the bumper, which I know the guy designed this to work on the SX24 Gladiator, but I have no clue how he wants this to attach. I see no way to attach this thing. So, I don't know. So here's the grill. So printed like this, there's definitely some stringing going on there. There were no supports really up in the grill, so that kind of does cause that. But nothing you can't clean up. This is all cleanup stuff, which I'm probably going to print this body again. I wanted to see what to do stock settings. Now I'm going to go dry the filament, and I'm going to play around with settings next. All in all, the thing is really good. I noticed this guy designed it. Let me get him to come apart here. He designed this where the hood could come off. I don't really know why he did that, but he did. This part really decided to stick. Oh well. But he actually designed it. You can see the screw mounts here. So I guess he made this where you can hard mount this and you can get to the battery under the hood, I guess. I don't know. So, all in all, kind of sitting something like that, which to me it looks, he says in the post it says for Gladiator, but the wheelbase is a little short. I'm not really sure on that deal. Oh well. If anything, I'll try different wheelbases, see how it goes. Or I might just lengthen this. I can lengthen the cab in Maker World, so I might just lengthen this a bit. What I really want to do is shorten this up, see if I can get it onto an SCX30. I think that would be sweet. But I don't know, I gotta play around with this ABS stuff first. But for the first print and my first time doing ABS without doing anything to the settings, I'm super happy with how this turned out. Like, yeah, there's layer lines on the side, but he printed like that, so that's not a big surprise. But the rest of it came out really good. So here's the thing. Oh, and I also printed some PLA last night. Printed this out. Now this really impressed me because I haven't dried my PLA in like 6-7 months, and there was almost no stringing on this print at all. So that was impressive. So now the next thing. If you're looking at getting into 3D printing, you gotta play with the thing of how bad do you want to jump into this, and also what do you have to spend. Now, I recommend Bambu if you're like me. I never did 3D printing. I'm not a designer. I don't know a lot of that stuff. Bambu's really easy to run. The system you get installed on your computer and your phone to work the 3D printers, super easy to do. And I've gotten very in-depth in this the last year. I mean, I did the whole IJ body and a lot of stuff like that. Been doing a lot of multicolored prints. So, what I would recommend, if you want to dip your toes in, you're really not sure you want to spend the money on this, right now they're doing a end-of-year sale. The best times for Bambu is Black Friday and end-of-year sale. They're pretty much the same sale, but they name them differently. So you can start off with the A1 Mini. The A1 Mini is that one right there. Great little printer. It's not got a big print plate. You can still print this out. This you could do. A lot of the things you're not going to be able to do. But it prints just as good as an A1. You can do PLA, PETG, and TPU. Maybe a couple other little filaments here and there. Certain ones like PETG, you're going to have to get a hardened steel nozzle to print. But still not too bad. So the A1 Mini right now on Bambu's end-of-year sale is, and I highly recommend get the AMS combo. Just get the AMS combo. Because like I did not with my A1 Mini, I regret it. Because you get the AMS Lite, and it's cheaper with the combo. To buy the AMS Lite separately is like $250. I would recommend getting it as a combo. The combo is always way cheaper. But right now it's $329 for the AMS Mini. Or the A1 Mini with AMS Lite. So, not bad for a 3D printer. That does really good. It does really good. And if you're not looking to get into like ABS or any other crazy filaments, you really don't need the big box printer. You get AM1. Like if you're just gonna do PLA, PETG, or TPU. Now with again, you need a hard steel nozzle for those, for the PETG. But $329 shipped. Not bad. Not bad. I highly recommend it. Now, if you go up a little bit more, the A1 combo is $400 right now. Still a great deal. And you get a lot larger build plate. You can print out a lot more stuff. Like if you want to do a Project IJ, you can completely do it on an A1. You can dang near do the whole Project IJ on an A1 Mini. There are some parts that will not fit on it. There are other parts that you can use instead of the parts that don't fit. But if there's a part you're like, man, I really want to use like the side armor for when you have doors that goes all the way under the door in the front, you can't. It doesn't fit on an A1 Mini. So there's that. So the A1 is a great setup. I recommend it. You get the bigger build plate, but it prints. They're the same printer. It's just a bigger build plate. The A1 and the A1 Mini are the same ones. Just bigger build plate. Now, if you do plan or think you're going to want to get an ABS. Now, ABS is what they print hard bodies out of, or make hard bodies out of. For like, you buy one from RC Full Drive, it's ABS. That's what this is. You have to have an enclosed printer. Or if you want to get in some of the other, there's all types of filaments you can do in an enclosed printer. The Bambu Lab P2S right now is $800 with the AMS combo. Again, get the AMS combo, just do it right off the bat. It's $800. So, it is a bit to spend, but it is worth it. It's faster than the A1s. You can do more filaments. It comes with a hard steel nozzle. You don't have to buy one separately. It's just really the way to go. Now, if you don't want to go that far into spending money on one of those, you can get, trying to get it on the website here, you can buy the P2S. That is the version before this one. The control system's not as good. The AMS system, you can get AMS2 or you can get AMS1. AMS1 is not the greatest system in the world. You definitely want to get the AMS2. But if you're on a budget here, the P2S with an AMS1 is $550. The P2S with an AMS2 Pro combo, which is the AMS I have, is $639. If you're not going to get a P2S, I would at least recommend getting the AMS2 combo. That's still going to be a lot better benefit. They really redid the AMS system, and it's so much better. So much better. Now the P2S does have some issues. You can go watch reviews online. I never had one, but I watched enough reviews to know that it's not the system I wanted. I wanted the P2S, and I'm definitely happy with it. So, but you're also, again, you're at that $800 budget. Honestly though, if you got the money to spend, I would go get an H2C, H2D, H2S, one of them, the H2D Pro. But you're also looking $2,400. Oh, or you can get the laser combo kit, and that jumps you up to $3,000. So, hope you can get higher on that too. Sorry, I didn't realize there was more to that. $3,600. So that is when you're really getting in the in-depth of some of these printers. That is a laser cutter. I forget, there's wood burn and all the other types of crap in that thing. So, I was wondering, what's the ultimate one here? $4,100. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions for 3D printing or anything, or if you're looking at getting a printer and you want to know a little bit more information on one of the three that I have, because I can't really answer too much besides what's on the website for any other printer, but for the P2S, the A1 and the A1 Mini, the AMS Lite, and of course now the AMS 2 Pro, go ahead and post your comments in below. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And stay tuned, because next we're going to start printing the next IJ body. And that's going to be a new video coming here very soon. I got to order some more hardware because I ran out of stuff on the last IJ. But once I get all the parts printed and get all the hardware, we're building another IJ. We're going to film it. So, appreciate you guys watching. Catch you next time. It's also Christmas Eve today, so Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope you all have a great one. See ya.